Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB15 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Anthony W, and he's got some questions. So he wants to know who I think has the best strategy so far, and I'm gonna go with Judd because everyone seems to like Judd. He's playing a great social game, and it seems like he's not really on anyone's radar. I know the Blantarage was pretty upset that he voted out David, but it seems like it's already blown over, as far as I know, with him anyway. So I think he's playing a really good game, and I think he should keep it up. Also, to a certain extent, Jessie, like, everyone forgets that she's a person, but then every once in a while they're like, I just can't trust her, blah, blah, blah. So I think in the sense of being invisible, she's doing a great job, but then sometimes not as much. Anthony also wants to know who deserves the MVP this week. I'm going to say I think Nick deserves it. Getting the moving company together and everything. He's really the mastermind behind that. I kind of bungled the votes, but in a sense, not, because it seems like Spencer is getting a lot of heat for it. People are starting to think Spencer's really shady, and I don't know if I'm believing everything he's saying. So it seems like Nick kind of pushed some of that shadiness off onto Spencer. Who do I want to win MVP, though? I'm going with either Alyssa or Helen, because I want to see the Blantarage hurt. Okay. First of all, or second of all, happy 4th of July, everyone. Still working on the holiday. So last night, the HOH competition was endurance, so we didn't get to see who won during the show. But it was really close between Jeremy and Aaron and Andy and Alyssa, because it was in teams of 2. But Jeremy and Aaron ended up winning in the end, and he let Aaron have the HOH because they basically just had to decide amongst themselves who was going to get it. So yeah, it seems like they may have cheated during this competition, which is really annoying, because you're supposed to pour your sauce into the other person's cup, and instead they were just like switching cups, which I believe Caitlin and her teammate got a penalty for, but it seemed to slide for Jeremy and Aaron. Also, I don't know if this is really cheating, but it's kind of like creepy. Aaron was like scooping out sauce and just like holding it under the cup and then like scraping it off into Jeremy's cup, so that's not cool. They're not playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. Blech. So with most endurance competitions, they usually don't have a have-not competition in the same week, just because it's a lot of work for production. So, and also they don't have time to show that, because they're gonna have to show the endurance competition during the next episode. So ain't nobody got time for 2 competitions in 1 episode. So instead, Erin got to pick the have-nots for this week, and she picked Alyssa, Helen, Andy, and Candace. Now, 3 out of 4 of those were have-nots last week. That's effed. Especially since McCrae like volunteered to be a have-not, and she was just like, no. So yeah, it's kind of messed up. A lot of people are claiming to have voted for Alyssa to leave, which is funny because there were only 5 people who did that, and you can guarantee that 4 of them were Erin herself, Jeremy, Caitlin, and Gina Marie, so that leaves 1 vote, and like at least 3 people were saying it was them. So the 5th vote was Candace, but the Blantarage doesn't believe her. They think it was either Nick or Spencer, most likely. So it kind of sucks for Candace. She's been put in this awkward situation. But Helen and Candace are really starting to figure things out. They're thinking there could be some sort of alliance between the guys, especially something weird going on between Spencer and Jeremy. So they're definitely sniffing out the moving company, and I kind of really want them to expose it, because it would be awesome. I know I was like all pro moving company for the first day or 2, but they really got on my nerves, and I want to see Candyland and Helen pull this thing out. I'm really fighting for them, and I think like rooting for them. And I think that with them both being have-nots this week, they're going to have a lot of time together in the have-not room, and hopefully they'll be comparing notes and figure out this whole alliance. So, in the house, they're also having some 4th of July fun, so they got some face paint, and I think Amanda painted like the American flag on McCrae's face. So that's cool. And Big Brother is giving them food and a little party, and even the have-nots get to eat. So that's nice. Normally they have nominations the day after the HOH competition, but it doesn't seem like they're having them today. I think they're going to do that tomorrow. So check that out in tomorrow's spoiler. If they do end up doing nominations tonight, we'll put it in the info for this spoiler. But I think the schedule's still a little off since they're changing the days next week. But my predictions for nominations, definitely Alyssa and blank. Perhaps Candace, maybe Helen, I don't know. I don't really see Erin making a smart choice. I think she's going to be retaliative. Is that a word? Yeah. You know what I mean. She's going to try to retaliate and be catty instead of going after someone who, whatever, could actually be a big play. It's a holiday. So that's all I have for today, and until tomorrow, much love.